back to another movie of the week, and the movie of this week was Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. So if you haven't watched it, watch it now, from 2023. If you're new to movie of the week, is I talk about a movie here, you guys comment below your thoughts, and in 2024 we're doing franchise and reboots and things of this element. So we did 3 different Mission Impossible movies. We did Mission Impossible Ghost Patrol, Ghost Patrol, yes. And then Mission Impossible Fallout, and now we're doing Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. So if you haven't watched those other Mission Impossible and watched those videos, do that now. So this is the most recent Mission Impossible movie, and I remember it coming out last year, and I remember it being so good. And rewatching it, I still think it's really good. I think I said this in another video, I'm not sure in the end if this one's better or Ghost Patrol is better, and I still feel like I don't know which one's better. So a lot of people probably, if you ask them what's the best Mission Impossible movie, they're probably down to these 2, but I don't know, I feel like people will probably say Ghost Patrol, but this one is really good actually. It's really good. And I think more so than this one than the other ones is they tried to actually be a little bit cinematic, which you don't see a lot of in action movies, but I feel like they are trying to be cinematic in a way in some things they do in this movie. Kind of the opening scene, it feels very jarring. I don't know, it feels kind of Oscar-like, and a little bit actually like James Bond, actually, so. And then the scene when Ethan uses the mask for the first time, you know that there's something up with that guy, but you think it's a villain and you don't know it's him, and I felt like that was very cinematic, the way they did it and everything. So this movie kind of had some romance, not gonna lie. They brought in this female character, and I think I said this in another video, they brought her in to shake it up. As I've talked about in a lot of these videos, action movies, they all follow the same formula, and then every action franchises follows their own formula that's a little bit different than all the other action movies, clearly, but they all kind of follow the same formula. So it's very formulaic that Issa's her name. She is not on their team, and they have to go after her, and it's what is she doing? That's in every movie. Well, not every movie she's in, but every Mission Impossible movie she's in, that's her character, and it's always the same thing with her, and it's something where Ethan's not gonna let her die or whatever, and so it's that's her character all the time, where it's whose side is she on, what is she doing, what is she up to, but in the end she's on their side and she's on their team. It is very formulaic that there's some tendencies within I thought it was IMF, but they're calling them MIF this movie. I thought it was IMF, Impossible Mission Force, but they were calling them, I thought it was MIF. That's what I did. Okay, I thought it was MIF, Mission Impossible Force. But in this movie, they're calling them IMF, which is Impossible Mission Force. And I'm just confused because I thought in all the other movies it was the other way. But I also just confused myself then, so maybe I'm just completely wrong. So that's kind of always in a lot of these Mission Impossible movies, that there kind of is some tension within whatever force that actually is, and that he's kind of going against them. It's always kind of a thing, but he's also kind of working for them, but then there's some tension, he's going against them. And then it's always in these movies that some cop is going after him, there have to also, he's not just fighting the bad guy, there's police after them, in every single movie. So it's very formulaic. I feel we haven't, in some of the more recent Mission Impossible movies, there hasn't been a female love interest, Issa, whatever her name is, whatever. It's kind of been that. There's always a female character can fight, but they kind of brought in this other female character that I think is a little bit different, because it's not she doesn't have any fighting abilities. She's a pickpocketer, she's a thief, those are her things, but she's not Issa, where she has that fighting background and training and whatever. So it's something interesting and new, and definitely I feel shakes it up. And I think they wanted to do the romance, and in some ways I think they didn't want to overdo it, which I think they kind of succeeded at it, but because it's there in the first place, people are going to comment about it, obviously. They did something different, and maybe in the next movie they get together, because they didn't actually get together in this movie, and I think they were trying to do not the hero's kiss or whatever it is exactly, I don't know. But I mean, the whole thing with like, okay, so let me go back to this thing. So the bad guy, this entity is like AI. I freaking hate AI. Like I hate robots. Everyone's like AI is the future, AI is the future. And I don't really like AI. Like AI don't come for me. But I'm just like not a fan, and I feel like because AI is like one step to robots, and I'm just the biggest not robot fan. And I just like I'm not uh and it AI kind of scares me, and I just am not a fan. So it was the whole thing where it's like Issa, I'm forgetting what her name, Grace. Oh, maybe it is Grace. Like one of them has to die. It's just like kind of crazy, and like some of the things just didn't make sense. But it's like whatever. It's an action movie. I do feel like the whole airport scene was really great, and like whatever with that, and then the whole, I think I talked about this in the last movie or last video, whatever, one of the videos where it's like they're handcuffed and then they're driving, they're trying to figure that out. And in some ways when you think about it, it's such a long scene, like it's such a long time of them like trying to drive and get away. And I thought at one point they go on a motorcycle, but I guess that like didn't happen. Maybe it's like some other movie that I don't know, confusing it with, but they were never on a motorcycle. It was just like a car. And I think it was like funny. And like, even though it is such a long time, I felt like it wasn't a long time where it's like boring. I felt like it was a long time where it is like cinematic in a way. It also the train scene too, like the whole train scene and then the fighting on the train and then like getting away from the train that's falling. It feels like long. Like it is a long. And but it's also cinematic in a way. Like I really think like they did a good job with Mission Impossible, where I felt like this one with Ghost Patrol, like it still has like a lot of those same like cool things that they did. Like I think they did a lot of cool things in this one. I feel like maybe still a little bit cooler in the Ghost Patrol, all those like cool things they did. But I feel like they took it a step further by making it cinematic. And I feel like, I don't know, as like someone who studied film or whatever, I feel like you can take like any scene and like tell you the story but try to make it as cinematic as possible, but not overly cinematic. And I don't think they did that either, because in the end it is an action movie and it still feels like that. But I just feel like they like, I don't know if it was like a different director kind of took a little bit of a different spin on it, and I like applaud them for that. So I'm excited to see the next Mission Impossible movie whenever that comes out, and I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be the last one. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed comparing these different Mission Impossible movies. And again, like I still don't know if this one or Ghost Patrol is better. I think, you know, we can leave it up in the air, and maybe in the future, because I'm clearly going to rewatch these movies again at some point, maybe my ideas will change. But I'm going to end here. But then the next two movies we're doing are Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 to finish the year. So Home Alone 1 came out in 1990. So, you know, comment below your thoughts all about Mission Impossible here, and then watch Home Alone for next week. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and bye.